Jesko joining me on this episode to talk about an NFT project. And this one is called Mad Dog Car Club. It's a pretty interesting one in that it's all around the gaming side of the NFT space. And I'd love to learn how the NFTs are integrated in and what you guys have actually developed. So, Jesko, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, happy to be here. Thanks for the introduction. And we're Mad Dog Car Club. We're trying to basically pioneer the blockchain gaming on Cardano. And actually, we have two projects we're working on right now, two UE5 developed games. One of them is MD Racing, which is our racing game. So for any of those like racing, we're tapping the racing market for a blockchain racing game. And then we also have MD Royale, which is going to be a first-person shooter game. And we're actually taking a different approach with MD Royale because right now we understand that the space is very small and we need to work on bridging people from outside the space into the space and outside of the Web2 gaming into Web3 gaming. So that's what we're kind of doing with MD Royale, is to be that bridge for people to come from Web2 to Web3 gaming.
Gotcha. And I did have a look at a few of the videos and clips and everything that you had on your YouTube channel to try and get an overview of what these games are like. I really do like the Royale first-person shooter. That's my kind of game genre. You know, it's kind of fast, action-paced. You get some rounds in, you can play for a little bit, and then just move on. So I do like what you guys are doing there. And you mentioned something interesting, bridging the Web 2 gaming space to Web 3. So how are you doing that?
So with MD Racing, we launched it. It's a playable game right now. We're still working on the multiplayer update, which should be coming out by the end of this month or in April. And so right now, just advertising and marketing in the Cardano space, there's not that many players. So what we're going to do with MD Royale is we're going to actually launch it on Steam. So it's going to start off as a Web 2 game. And what we're going to do, because with MD Racing, we integrated all our NFTs. So we integrated our Mad Dogs, we integrated our cars, and we integrated our racers. But with MD Royale, what we're going to do is we're going to launch as a Web 2 game. And basically our Mad Dogs are going to be shareholders in the Web 2 game until we can integrate blockchain into it when Steam then integrates blockchain.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a very different approach. I heard Steam were very anti blockchain and NFTs. How are you going to get around that?
So, like I said, with MD Racing, we're keeping on our own launchpad, and with MD Royale, we're launching on Steam. So, MD Royale is going to be full Web 2, and basically, this is kind of alpha news, but we're going to reconstruct Mad Dog Car Club to basically MD Labs, Mad Dog Labs. Name isn't finalized yet, but pretty much on our website, it's going to change to Mad Dog Labs, if that's what the name is. And we're going to have both our games. And pretty much MD Royale is going to be Web 2 blockchain, and MD Racing, if people come to MD Labs and they see it on Steam, they can see that we also have a full Web 3 blockchain game that they can play on our own launchpad. So that's kind of how we're doing it.
Gotcha. Okay. You're trying to get those two streams of marketing going. So whatever you can gain in terms of traction from the Web 2 and the Steam store, hopefully trickle over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very interesting. So how are you guys developing this? It's like, game dev isn't exactly easy. Like, do you have a team of game developers there, or are you game developers yourself?
Yeah. So I'm personally not a game developer, but we have a talented team, around 15 people. 5 people of the team are working on game development. One of our lead game developers, Reza, who unfortunately can't be on this call, has been developing games for about 10 years now. So he really knows how to develop these games quick and knows how to manage a team really well.
All right. Okay. So did you say 15 developers?
15 people on the team, but 5 of them are working on the games.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. It's pretty cool that you guys do have that kind of experience, but like 15 people on the team, that's a lot of costs there. How are you guys funding this project? I'm assuming with the sales of NFTs, but the bear market's pretty hard at the moment.
Yeah. So we've been on a very tight budget with everything that we have. For example, me and a few of the founders, we pretty much reinvest all the money back into the company. We're pretty much only really paying our game developers, and we do have 2 private investors that we work with that are helping us out, during this bear market.
That certainly does help to keep things going. Now, in terms of people getting their hands on the game and actually playing at the moment, you said the racing game, we can download that and start playing that at the moment. Is that right?
Yep. So the racing game, if you go to maddogcarclub.io, you can simply go to MD Racing, and there is a download tab, download the game to your desktop. MD Royale is still in production. We're creating a white paper for both games so you kind of understand the full vision of each game. That's something we've been working on. But when it comes to MD Royale, it's going to be launched hopefully within the next month. And that will be on
Okay.
Steam.
All right, I'm looking forward to that one. I really do love the first person shooters, so we'll see how that one launches on the Steam store and see how you guys go with that one.
Yeah, when the white paper comes out, I'll definitely send it over to you. And I think it's going to be a really good game. And I think that, if we can work, our goal is to become trending on Steam Marketplace. So if we can become a trending game, Mad Dog users will be both, from the CNFT space and from the Steam. And so we're going to try to collab that all together so that people like the whole Mad Dog as a whole.
Gotcha. Now, what's the long-term business model for the company and or the games? It's like I'm just saying this because some other game development companies that were trying to launch recently didn't raise enough funds. Like game development is costly, and there's one in particular in the Cardano ecosystem that had to change tack. So I'm just wondering, like, what's your guys' approach to that? How are you going to keep the sustainability of the game development going for future games and continuous improvements of the games that you're releasing now?
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, we're not depending fully on the Web3 side of things. That's why I want to tap into the Web2 side of things. I think there's a lot more money when it comes to gaming in Web2, and that's what we're going to try to tap into to basically sustain in the Web2 and then sustain in the Web3. And really, our goal is with MD Royale is I think if we can become a great game on Steam and a great game in the Web2 community, that it will massively help sustain us as a whole in the long term. And then we can work on creating more blockchain integrated games, like further developing MD Racing and even tapping into different game genres as well.
All right, gotcha. Okay, is the Royale game a paid game on Steam, or is it a free? No,
Free to play. Free to play.
okay. I still don't know how you're gonna how do you make money off that? Like, I know you're
So,
getting
so
traction in
yeah,
marketing, but I just don't get it. But
yeah.
you're
So
spending. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. So it's going to be free to play game, but basically, we're going to have battle passes inside of it. We're going to have crates that we're going to sell like CS:GO, right? So we're going to have weapon crates. We're going to have character crates. We're going to have one thing we're doing cool with this is modular weapons. So you're going to actually be able to customize your weapon to fit your own unique play style. So there's going to be modular weapon accessory crates, and there's going to be weapon skin crates. And so we're selling a total of 4 to 5 crates. And every season they're going to be updating, and that's going to be kind of our main source of revenue with the battle pass.
Now that makes more sense. All right, gotcha. Okay, now that makes total sense. I would love to see some sort of like reward mechanism built into that. So if I win a tournament or something through the game, the Royale, that I get like a commemorative NFT or something that goes along with it, or some sort of integration that way. That's a very light kind of NFT integration. It's not integrated directly into the game. Is it something like that on the plans? I know you got the white paper coming, and I should read it.
Yeah, no, that's actually on point with the plan. So what I want to do is every single 30 days, so pretty much every month, we're going to have 4 community competitions for top 5 players that get the most kills, get the most wins, get the most headshots, and get the most melees. So 4 different competitions you can compete in. And if you're a top 5 player in both, you'll get rewarded exclusive skin, and we can put in other rewards like NFTs or ADA and stuff like that.
All right, that's cool. All right. So in terms of the community joining in and learning a little bit more about what you guys are up to, where's the best place to go? I'm assuming Discord, but some communities are a little bit different.
Yeah, so Discord is our best place to go. Our community is very active in the Discord. A lot of Cardano Discords are pretty slow right now, but what we try to do during this kind of dry boring bear market is we host weekly game nights where we give rewards. We have this thing called Hustle Dog season. So you get Discord XP by competing in game nights and talking in the chat. And at the end of the Hustle Dog season, you can get some pretty awesome NFTs and ADA rewards.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay. I'll put a link to all of that in the show notes for the episode, along with the NFTs where you can purchase them as well. I did have a look a little bit earlier too, so they're still minting right now at the moment. So anyone that is interested in the project can get their hands on them and have a play of that racing game at the moment. And soon, very, very soon, the Royale.
Yep, it'll be a good one for sure.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating.